Yo dudes, what's up? This is Planet Keith, I'm Keith, and today we're on episode 14 of the weekly vlog thing. So yeah, actually, pretty feeble week, not without its high points, but mostly about football and a weekend trip to see my sister. So, nothing happened on Monday, as always. Tuesday was the first semi-final of the Euros, and that was Italy versus Spain. Italy won 4-2 on the dreaded, hated penalties, and really I've got a feeling that Spain should have won that game, but what do I know. Wednesday was the second semi-final, and that was England versus Denmark, which England won 2-1, so that was a relief. We're finally through to the final of a major competition for the first time since 1966. We keep banging on about this. 55 years of hurt. Hopefully to be solved on Sunday in the final. Thursday, we rearranged the postponed visit to see my sister in Withensea in East Yorkshire. Previous attempt had been postponed because Mrs. Planet had to self-isolate. And actually the government are now saying that self-isolation thing needs recalibrating because too many people are getting told to do it when they don't necessarily need to. I'd agree with that. Friday. So the plan was that we'd just do a quick, overnight stay, Saturday, Sunday at my sister's. I'm not really allowed to go there without taking some of my homemade pork pies. So I made some pork pies. Saturday we set off about 10 o'clock, all was well, until we got to about 10 miles from Withensea when, first of all I thought it was the road surface was rumbly because, there were signs about loose chippings. But it got worse and worse, and by the time we rolled into Withensea, I pulled into a car park, and I decided then it was a flat tyre, and it was. Fortunately, I've got a compressor, so I was able to inflate the tyre and do the last couple of miles to my sister's house without too much bother. But then after we'd had a cup of tea and some chit-chat, I decided to, buckle down and change that wheel, and then it's done. So first of all, I've not really examined what goes on under the floor of the boot of my car. I was relieved to find that there's a jack there and a wrench and the little sort of daisy security locking nut thing. But what I couldn't find was an actual spare wheel. And going on the internet, it turns out I'll never find it. They don't do them. They haven't done them on Mini Coopers for like 15 years. Which amazed me. I thought it was a legal requirement that your car had a spare wheel. I was wrong. So then it was like, oh my God, panic, what to do? And it was Saturday afternoon. All the garages are shut on a Saturday afternoon, except for, some in Hull, which is 20 miles from Withensea. And, I didn't fancy going all that way back, when I've just got all that way there, Anyway, so what I decided to do, I found this product, temporary puncture fix foam, we'll call it. But again, in Withensea is a bit remote and not equipped with a lot of big shops and things. So what I decided was that on our way back to Leeds on Sunday, I could pick up this stuff from a screw fix in Hull and do the repair there. Sunday was a bit strange. My sister had arranged for us to have a fantastic roast lamb dinner at a cafe near where she lives. So that was Darren and Rachel who run the cafe, and Rachel apparently is a bit of a fan of Keith Cooks and was a bit shy. Anyway, but the dinner was sensational. We were pressed for time because I had to get to Screwfix before 4 o'clock because that's when they close on a Sunday. Also, I had to get to Leeds before 8 o'clock because that was the kick-off of the Euros final. And I don't know why it was arranged for 8 o'clock kick-off, because that means the poor old Italians who go to bed at 10 o'clock would be really, really tired. They'd have to stay up late to watch their team. Yeah? Anyway, 8 o'clock it was, and highly anticipated. and England got off to an amazing start with a goal in the first 2 minutes, and they played brilliant football in the first half of the game. Unfortunately, in the second half, they kind of lost the plot and Italy were all over them, and they equalised, but it was still 1-1 after extra time. It went to penalties, so it was 3-2 on penalties to Italy. So, well, the boys done good. It's the goodest they've done since 1966. For a moment there, it looked like we would win this. We should have won it. Well, we could have won it. Anyway, we didn't. There was some horrific behaviour by the right-wing racist portion of the England support, honestly. They all want locking up for a very long time. Anyway, it's the World Cup next year in Qatar, so hopefully we'll qualify for that and have another go. But anyway, oh yeah, before that, we did get home okay with the temporary fix foam in the tyre, except when we came off the motorway at Leeds, it was rumbling again. So I stopped and reinflated the tyre and managed to get us home. This morning I've just had a look, it's down a little bit, but can still hold it for a couple of miles, I think, and we'll organise a new tyre tomorrow or the next day. So that was my thrilling week. Thanks for watching and see you next week.